Hey, what is up, guys? I haven't done one of these videos for a while, but I was just driving home, just arrived home, and I must have looked like a crazy person because I was driving along cracking up, thinking about one of the funny stories from my drumming past, just thinking about things. Always replay these type of things in my head. And this is, I think, the third one of these embarrassing gig stories. Actually, I don't know what category to put this in because I've done a few sort of these off-the-cuff, talk to the camera type things, things I learned at jazz school, drum teacher rants, and just embarrassing, funny gig stories. So it's somewhere in as a mixture of all of those. Now, this is from my second year of music school. And I wouldn't say I was never, don't think I was like an arrogant kind of person or player at all. But something happened that really put me in my place. And these are the things that are just so important in my opinion. And they give you a good kick in the butt to put things in perspective and let you know where you are in the pecking order. So, second year of music school. You're expecting that you're going to be a certain level, or people expect you to be a certain level. And I had this recording studio at a really nice, fancy local studio, and it was an unusual session because we were smashing out a lot of songs. So this might sound ridiculous, but the entire session was about 2 hours, and we just played through like literally 15 songs. And, everything's great. The mix in my cans is good and, killing it. No, this is so much fun. And, I was born to be here. And, this is going. I'm laying all this down and, man, I can't wait to actually go back in the control room and listen back to this. So we're laying all this stuff down and everything's just going great. Band's all smiling and good. And one of the songs happened to be a relatively slow chord note shuffle. Boom, ga, boom, ga, dum, ga, do, ga, that kind of feel. And I'm second year at jazz school. I've only been playing swing. I'm used to working on different degrees of swing and shuffle and spang-a-lang jazz time. And we go back into the control room. I walk into the control room. Now, what did the engineer say as I walk back into the control room? Turns to me, spins around in his little engineer's chair, spins around in his chair and says, "Yeah, shuffles are hard, aren't they?" I tell you, it wasn't that humorous at the time for me. I think I brushed it off and laughed and died a little bit on the inside. It's funny now to look back, and I still wouldn't say I'm amazing at playing shuffles. Not at all. I don't play enough of them to be that good at a shuffle. But it was a really nice way of that engineer saying, "Yeah, man, that was not happening." And good news, a good sort of coda for the story is that I have worked with that engineer a lot since, and good friends, and that's fine. That's just. The point of the story is I'm not hurt by it or burnt by it or scarred from it, but it's just one of those moments that puts things in perspective and reminds you that it doesn't matter sort of what you're playing. It could be an easy song, could be a hard song, and it doesn't matter who you are. You could have been playing for 2 weeks or 2 years or 2 decades. You've a few things. Self-awareness. Recording, that sealed the deal for me on recording. So I knew from that point on that recording is one of those things where it's just undeniable. It's like a photograph. You look at it and you can, or listen to it in that case, and go, "Oh yeah, okay, I can see what you mean there." And when I listened back to that, I totally agreed, and it was a really bad shuffle. It was not good at all. So there's just an undeniable truth with recording, and I've talked about this a lot on my podcast, the NZ Drummer Podcast. Thanks for asking. And I've talked about it on the channel a lot where, there's just a level of self-awareness that you're lacking if you don't record yourself as a musician. So that was another thing from there. And just that humble pie, that bitter pill of I can play a few things now. I've got some good understanding. I'm at music school. I'm working hard, playing drums all day, doing music all day, 7 days a week, gigging constantly and doing these recording sessions and everything. And it's like, but I can't play a slow, simple shuffle. Really? So yeah, it's just so many things, and it's so funny, and I was cracking up about that on the way back to my house, and I just thought I'd share that with you. And let me know if you want me to continue sharing these little, I guess, slice of life little videos where I at least find them fun. They exercise a few demons for me, and I would love for you to share with me an embarrassing story or something that you possibly learn at music school. Or, you know what, a lot of people who watch my channel actually aren't even musicians, they're casual music fans. So I don't know, hit me with an embarrassing story in general, something that put you in your place. And I think what I'm going to do, I think I'm going to put all of this in the same playlist. So there's going to be my drum teacher rants, things I learn at jazz school, and these funny little embarrassing gig or recording stories just to share with you guys. Something a little bit different, different content for the channel. I hope you dig it. As I say, it's fun for me, exercise a few demons, and it seems to work best, I think, for me to just spit them out, ramble these things out as I think of them while they're fresh and they're close to the bone, and still giving me shivers years later. But seriously, it's all good. It's all fun, and it's all learning. I don't know how you could come to that realization, how you could understand that you're bad at something like that if someone doesn't tell you. So yeah, this is sort of what I was getting at with a lot of the more simple videos that I do. Like the Dave Grohl one, where I went into a deep dive. I did a 30-minute deep dive into Dave Grohl and why the drumming on Smells Like Teen Spirit is so good. And you know, even with that breakdown of the song and me just heaping praise on him as a fantastic, amazing drummer, people still come in with, he's not that good, and I could do that. Record yourself, I'm telling you, as a friend, as as someone who, that you're watching and listening to, and as a drum teacher, record yourself. That is my tip for the day. Thanks for listening to my embarrassing story. Catch you on the next one.